and welcome to our studio discussion on Makola Queens, the musical. This is Your Ghana, My Ghana. My name is Dedei Wilkes, and we're on Graphic Online TV's YouTube channel. Today, we're looking at the life of the woman whose image appears on Ghana's 50 pesewa coin. She is Rebecca Naa Dedei Aryeetey, or simply Dedei Ashikishan, the market queen of flower traders at Makola and a hero of Ghana's independence struggle. Joining me are the creators of the musical, Ama Asantewa Diaka, who performs as Poetra Asantewa, and Nidro Moyate. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you so much, Dedei. Thank you for having us.
Pleasure. Before we begin our discussion, here's a short video documentary to introduce our topic. In Ghana's vibrant cultural landscape, a new musical has taken center stage. Makola Queens, the musical, tells a remarkable story of Dedei Ashikishan, a market queen who played a crucial role in Ghana's independence struggle. She's the woman whose image appears on Ghana's 50 pesewa coin. Born Rebecca Naa Dedei Aryeetey, she became known as Dedei Ashikishan because of her prowess in the flower trade. Ashikishan means flower in the Ga language of Accra. The musical highlights her role in raising finance for Kwame Nkrumah's Convention People's Party, CPP, while he was imprisoned by British colonial authorities. Through 16 musical scenes, Makola Queens brings to life the story of Naa Dedei from her childhood and the classroom to her rise as a market queen and CPP activist. The story explores themes of community, matriarchy, and the struggles of women in Ghana's independence movement. Her legacy is a testament to the power of community and determination. The musical blends contemporary sounds with reggae, hip-hop, and highlife music, narrated and sung in English, Ga, and Twi. Creators Poetra Asantewa and Nidro Moyate share their passion for Ghanaian history and culture and their vision for Makola Queens as a pioneering musical production in Ghana. The musical sidesteps the controversy surrounding Dedei Ashikishan's sudden death in 1961, instead focusing on her legacy and ability to inspire action, as reflected in the final song, "If Naa Dedei could do it, so can we." Poetra, can you tell us about the inspiration behind Makola Queens? What drew you to the topic of Dedei Ashikishan?
So, Makola Queens, the musical inspiration was drawn from the work of women in Ghana's history. For this particular musical, Nidro had been researching or had an interest in the market queens of Ghana, and when he reached out to me at that time, I have had an interest in the women in our history for a while, and it shows in some of the works I've done earlier, like Ama Nkrumah, and another one is Hannah Kujo. And so I've always had an interest in the women in our historical background, and they aren't giving as much credence as the men. They are rarely studied, they are rarely spoken of, and so when the invitation or the opportunity came to write about Makola women, Makola queens, highlighting Dedei Ashikishan, it was right in line with what I was already working on, and so it was quite easy to get into it, and that's where the inspiration came from.
Yeah, right. And so Nidro, tell us about your involvement in this project, and also how you go about bringing the market to life.
Okay, so the first time I saw an article, and the topic was the market queens of Ghana, and that was really interesting to me because I didn't know that market women were called, there was something called market queens like that. So that
you didn't know there was a structure in the market.
There was a structure. I didn't know that, So once I saw that, it really got to me, and I started writing a few things down. Then later on, I approached Poetra, and I noticed that she introduced me to Naa Dedei's story, and I was really blown away by that. Yes.
So even though you come from a Ga community, you'd never heard anything about Naa Dedei, or saw her image on the 50 pesewa coin.
I saw the image, but I didn't know who she was. Yeah, I didn't know anything about that, but that was really interesting to me when Poetra explained everything to me. Yeah.
And the musical features a blend of contemporary music, reggae, hip-hop, and high-life music.
Yeah.
Can you talk us through how you go about blending these with the different types of dialogue you have in the musical?
Yeah, so before I start anything, mostly I look at the story first, then I jump into...
Before you start composing the music?
Yeah, I look at the story. So the story influences the style of music. Yeah, so if the style of music works with the story, then I go with it. But if it doesn't, then I move on to simple structures to help bring out the story. Yeah.
Because what I find quite intriguing, like from the opening scene is very contemporary, isn't it? And then, so maybe I was expecting that this is about the 1950s, it's all going to be high life, and jazz and things like that. But you have a different approach. Is it something about the musical as a genre, as a form?
Yeah.
Why is it not that this is like 1950s, 60s high life bands?
Okay. Yeah, so for musical theatre, if you focus too much on the music, the storytelling might be lost. If you focus too much on the genre of the music initially, the storytelling might be lost. So it's always important for me to start with speaking the words first before including the music to it. I don't know if that's clear enough. Yeah.
Well, I wonder if you can give us maybe a couple of examples. For example, two of the songs I remember. There's one where Naa Dedei is singing, CPP will help. CPP wants to help us.
CPP cares.
That's it. CPP cares for you. That's the racist campaign. CPP cares for you. And then there's one at the end where they sing, if Naa Dedei could do it, so can we. Can you give us an example? With that, that's the dialogue you want, the message you want to convey. How then do you choose your music?
Okay, so probably let me give you another example because that's easier. So, Welcome to Makola. It had a lot of places. Yeah, a lot of places where.
Oh, I'm sorry. And by the way, we have a map of the musical right behind Poetra there. Which, if you want to speak to it, please do. Welcome to Makola is the very first scene.
Yes. So in Welcome to Makola, there's a part where there's a conversation between one of the market queens and a customer. So in that moment, she was like, "Let me see. Okay, I'll buy this dress." So, okay, I'll buy this dress and I'll add that skirt. So it feels more spoken with the rhythm. Okay, I'll buy this dress and I'll add that skirt.
Okay.
Yeah, but if it was, say, okay, I'll buy this dress, it's going to feel too sung versus spoken. Yes, so that's why I start with the story first before the music.
Okay, so it could be any type of music.
Yeah.
But you did say that there are some scenes, like the CVP scenes, where you now...
Yeah, so for that...
Yeah, so I guess I can also speak to that. And maybe just
You're also a musician as well as a poet, aren't you? A singer as well.
Yes, just to add to what Wani said, is that musical is the heart of theatre. Musical is the one genre of theatre that combines all the parts of theatre. It combines music, it combines play, it combines drama, it combines dance, and of course the visual design, etc. So musical is the one genre of theatre that you can find all the components. And for us, not so much about identifying with the term musical such that we deviate from the storytelling. We don't sacrifice the genre for the storytelling. And it's just deciding which of the parts are relevant that we need to portray. And in our composition, what we did was that we mapped out the scenes we wanted to do. We mapped out the entire story first.
As in that map?
Yes, as in at least each of the scenes or each of the topics of the area of topics that we wanted to address. And then we divided it amongst ourselves, that each person had like a role to kind of start composing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the approach we used. We divided all the scenes, we mapped it out first, and then we each had different songs to compose individually, and then we'll come together and perfect it.
Yeah.
So that's how the approach went. Maybe I would compose something that had like a contemporary feel, and when we come together and then we investigate the news, so maybe we need to give it like a reggae feel, and then
Can you give an example of that?
Here I come.
No, welcome to Makola.
Welcome to Makola too. Right.
Yeah.
So
That's Naa Dedei's Welcome to Makola.
yes. But there were also certain parts where we felt it was necessary to root it in that era, which is Nkrumah Winds. And before this interview, I was actually going through my research, and I remember like I had multiple links of bands in the 1960s, the Kukuseku and family, the Alan family, just looking at the way or the genre, the way that they were creating, and that sort of led the composition for that particular piece to feel like it was rooted in that era. So there were definitely certain songs or certain scenes that we honored the time period, but there were others that we also took liberties and prioritized the story more than the time period.
And that's part of the creativity.
Exactly.
And so, Poet Trowa, both of you, what message would you like audiences to take away from this musical?
I think one of the first things we wanted to do is to honor the women who played a huge role in our independence story, to honor Naa Dedei Ashikishan primarily, but also the women around her women are communal even till date. They were even more communal before, and to honor their memory as well, the organizing that they did to make sure that Naa Dedei could do her job well, and to just also, I think one of the messages we are always like, it's important to see yourself in history, and if Naa Dedei could do it, so can we.
The last message. And how do you feel, Nidroma? What message do you hope people will take away from it?
Yes, so with this musical, I think as we've been talking about this, it's been a miracle what we've been doing. We've gone through a lot of things. So if Naa Dedei, her story alone inspired us to even start this. So throughout what we've done, it can only be God. So just make sure that whatever you do, you put your heart in it and just do it anyway. If Naa Dedei could do it, so can we. Yeah.
Yes, and maybe that speaks to the financing. Also, it can't be easy to get a project like this off the ground.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did you do it?
Very challenging, but we believe in this so much. I think one of the things we also want people to take away from is that we can do different genres.
Yeah.
We can do different types of art. You may have seen a play. Like musicals are not that common here, and I mean it's not easy. It's very difficult to put up a musical, to finance a musical, to write a musical, etc. So financing it was very difficult. When we started working on this project, we had no idea how we're going to finance it. What we knew though was that this story was so important that it had to exist, and for us, it began with creating it. Let us see it exist first. Let's be able to start from top to bottom.
And you'd already decided it was going to be a musical. In fact, Nidroma said he wrote some songs when he heard about the Market Queens, even before he knew about it.
Yes, we had already decided there was going to be a musical. We had already decided the form of it. And I think one of the things that it was just put one step. You don't have to see the entire future. You just have to see the next step. And that's it. We really, really believed in this project. And so if it started with, we have videos of us recording it in my living room, just recording one song. This is what we have. Then this is what we can show to the next person. We are doing this. Would you like to be a part of it? And really, that's the steps that we took. Slowly, we were able to finance it and reached out to different individuals and corporations to assist us. And that's how we were able to do the first one.
And the first one is the Accra premiere, which has had lots of great reviews. But because of the finances, it's not having a long run.
It was, yes. We wish we could have had a long run. We were very short on funds and we could only do that. We needed to see that one first, to have an experience of what it feels like to even put together a musical, at least to have a sense of our cost. And now that we have a better idea, we know how much we need to raise for the next one. And we hope to do a year-long run in a year to come. So Yes, if you're out there, please feel free to reach out to us if you are interested in financing, because it's not just... It's definitely first Ghana. We believe that every Ghanaian has to see our musical.
Yes.
So first Ghana, we want to be able to take it. We want to be able to run it several times in Accra National Theatre. We want it to become a staple. We want to be able to take it to Tamale, to Takoradi, to Kumasi, all the cities, and then we want to take it to London, to New York. It's our dream is Hamilton-sized. So.
I see Lion King definitely all over it. But it would be nice too if school children could be brought. I would think that every school child in Ghana needs to see this musical. Yes. And so, Nidroma, how do you see the next steps?
Yeah, well, I see growth. Throughout this process, we've been growing. Like, we just keep making it better. So I see growth. I see more opportunities. I see people even discovering Naa Dedei's story. Because I think in the interviews afterwards, some people were like, they didn't even know her story. So I'm glad that we are sharing that part of history, and the youth are now getting to know her story better. So that's exciting for me.
Very exciting. It really is. And so how buoyed are you both by the critical acclaim that has been given to the premiere?
To whom much is given, much is expected.
That's absolutely true. Yes.
And we think...
The hard work ahead.
It's a lot of hard work, a lot of responsibility. But like Nee said, we've come this far by sheer miracle, and we're very excited, slightly terrified, but also very excited. And the future is very bright.
You talked about maybe sharing some monologues with us?
Yes.
Yes, let's have one of your monologues.
Yes, I'm going to share one of the monologues from the play. They can parade year after year. They can scream out loud about the haughtiness of the Makola women. They can accuse us of bloating prizes and of setting a riot. They can even pretend not to see us. But they can never deny Makola Market's women's contribution to Ghana's independence. They can never say we didn't toil and labor to help Nkrumah win. They can never say we didn't fund Nkrumah's efforts for a free and fair Ghana. They can never say we, Makola Queens, were not visionaries. With our sweat, blood, Ashikishan, tomatoes, banche, fus, amane, we helped birth a new Ghana.
Very stirring, very uplifting. And before we close, do you want to share a snatch of your favourite song that you composed? Which is your favourite song?
Which is your favourite song? Do you have a favourite?
I love all of them.
Do you have a favourite? You have to pick
they're like babies, aren't they?
Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so probably, let me see, my favourite song. Matriarchy?
Matriarchy is your favourite song?
Yeah, just because of the how it moves. Because it's confusing for...
Give us a feel of it.
Matriarchy?
Can you both sing it?
It's very complex. Individual roles. I feel like a fan favourite. Like, I would say a fan favourite, not my favourite, because again, it's hard. Has been Things Are Not the Same. I think.
Okay.
A fan favorite.
Turning Point, that's about 1948.
Yes, that's about the 1940s.
The killing of the three ex-servicemen.
And a lot of people like Nkrumah wins. Like, whenever...
Victory is
ours.
So sing a little snatch from it so we get a feel.
Me.
Okay. Victory is ours. Victory is ours. Nkrumah Ebio, Sergeant for Wedding Kuni. Victory is ours. Victory is ours. Nkrumah Ebio, Sergeant for Wedding Kuni. Yes to freedom, free and united Africa. Yes to freedom, free and united Africa. Yes to freedom, free and united. Nkrumah Ebio, Sergeant for Wedding Kuni.
Wow, beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you too.
So on that buoyant and very beautiful note, I'd like to thank our studio guests, Poetra Santewa and Nidro Moyate, for joining us today and for creating such an uplifting musical. Don't miss it when it comes to your area. And in the meantime, let's not forget that inspiring message from the musical. If Naa Dedei could do it, so can we. Thank you all for joining us today on Graphic Online's YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. My name is Dedei Aryeetey and look forward to seeing you the next time.